traditional management, yeah. What you do now with your custom images, yeah. If you work with custom images with real big files like I don't know 20-30 gigabytes of your Vim files, maybe you have some system, some like distribution system to deploy it, like SCCM or I don't know what you use, yeah. And it's the old way. Sometimes you cannot say, hey, it's the old way for my company, because we have a sequence for 300 steps, yeah, and we cannot use some cloud services as marketing, blah blah blah, old way, new way. So we are very comfortable with what we do right now, and we don't want to do it with the cloud because we cannot reproduce the same steps in the cloud. Sometimes it's true, but think about money from money perspective, yeah. So it requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of guys. Yeah, sometimes you just have an OSD department. In my previous experience, sometimes if it's a big company, I don't know, like a bank, yeah, you have OSD department where with 3, 4, 5 guys who just work for operating system deployment. Yeah, they test a lot of new builds, they test some applications, they test scripts, they combine it together, etc., etc. And it requires a lot of time. Then you prepare a computer, it requires a lot of time, a few hours. So what Microsoft proposes to you, a modern provisioning. Again, I am not here to sell you some licenses. I'm not here to sell you Windows Autopilot. I just try to explain you that sometimes maybe it will be a good option for you. Yeah, what's the idea of Autopilot? You have your hardware vendor which prepares computers for you, and 99% that these computers will come with pre-installed operating system. Yeah. And when we unpack this computer, we need to go through OB process. We need to choose, I don't know, operating system language, keyboard, provide our credentials, join our computer to local Active Directory, and that's it. Yeah. What you can do now? Yeah. If you have a vendor can upload information about computers that will be delivered to your Windows Autopilot. I mean, information is a hardware hashes. They are unique, yeah, and hardware vendor can do it by himself. Or if you have existing devices, you can collect hardware hashes from your existing devices. Then you upload information about your devices to Windows Autopilot. What's next? When you see this device in Windows Autopilot, it means you see this device in Azure Active Directory. If you see this device in Azure Active Directory, you can manage this device with Azure Intune. So you can create policies, you can create different profiles, you can deploy different profiles on different groups of devices, and you have your existing device. You give this device to your user with pre-installed operating system, or user just unpacks a box with a new computer. He goes through OB process, he provides his credentials like username, password, and then Windows says, hey, I know that this device can be joined to Azure Active Directory. Yeah, automatically. You don't need to do something, you just provide the credentials. Yeah, when computer is joined to Azure Active Directory, different policies can be deployed, different applications can be deployed, different Wi-Fi profiles can be deployed, VPN profiles, etc. And from your perspective, you just sit and do nothing, just drink coffee. You don't spend hours or weeks or months to prepare some reference images to test it, etc., etc. You just upload a file about this computer to Windows Autopilot. You need to spend, I don't know how much days or hours to prepare your cloud infrastructure. You have to create different profiles, and that's it. User gets a new boxed computer. He opens a box. He he connected a LAN cable with internet to his computer. He provides his credentials through OBE process, and that's it. That's all what he needs to do. Then he waits maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, and computer is ready. Computer is joined Azure Active Directory. Computer downloaded and applied policies. Computer downloaded and installed applications. You see this computer in Azure Active Directory in your Azure Intune, and you can do everything with this computer. So in this case, it means that you can save time, you can save money, and you can you do less job, less tasks, and end user just provide his credentials. You don't need to prepare, I don't know, to a user guide with hundreds of screenshots with explanations what he needs to click, how he needs to install something. You don't need to send it to by email, etc., etc. User just provides his credentials, click next, provide his password, click next, wait for 15 minutes, and his computer is ready.
But the device, the operating system must be pre-installed.
Pre-installed, yes. You cannot, what I told you last session, you cannot deploy operating systems from the cloud. Yeah. It means you have a hardware vendor or you have existing devices. You collect hashes, specific information about this device. You reinstall just fresh operating system, not customize it, not test it, just a fresh operating system. Leave it on a OB step. Do nothing, do not configure a device. Just reinstall operating system, give it to end user, and that's it. Pack this computer and send it to Canada or I don't know, to France, to China, or to another city. Okay, let me show you how it works. We don't have a lot of time. Yeah, what you need to do, you need to run a PowerShell script on Windows 10, 17, 03 or higher. And then you upload this CSV file via Intune portal. Okay, I will show you. I have computer. Okay. We will wait a few seconds. You can download PowerShell script. This PowerShell script, it calls get Windows Autopilot info. From the internet, it's published by Microsoft, by one of principal Autopilot managers. So he created the script. It's official. You can download the script, and then you need to run the script on a computer. Yeah. So how you can do it? If you have existing device, you run this PowerShell script on existing device, then you reinstall this computer. It's a one way. Second way, you have a hardware vendor, and he will do it by himself. He will register these devices in your Windows Autopilot, or he will just send you an information about devices that were shipped to your end users. It's the second way. And third way is to install operating system. That's what I will show you. Install an operating system, leave it on OB step, run command line, run this PowerShell script, upload it to Autopilot, deploy some settings, and then go through the process. It will take for you maybe 10-15 minutes more. Yeah, I can collect, for example, ID hash from my computer. Yeah, let me show you. I do not run a PowerShell script because I am so lazy. I prepared a CMD, and this CMD run a PowerShell exception policy unrestricted. I run this PowerShell script, and this PowerShell script will generate a CSV file, yeah, with my computer name. Very easy.
And the Windows 10 version should be enterprise or functional as well.
Mm. I don't remember. I believe with professional you can do it.
Professional.
Okay. Okay, it's done. Yeah, you see this CSV file. I can open it, and it's not so easy to read it, but you don't need to read it. It's a hash of your hardware. You have 3 columns: device serial number, Windows product ID, hardware hash, and you can add the fourth is order ID, order ID. Yeah, and you can so you can specify an order of this computer. Yeah, you have different orders for different groups of users, or for different your branches, or maybe for different companies, etc. And in a console you will see this order ID as well. And then you can group these computers, like computers from London, yeah, by order ID, or computers from Bratislava, computers from Milan, etc. So I have the CSV file, and then I can upload it to Autopilot.
So the operating system can be imaged, yeah, because it
Can be.
imaged, you know, because it create hash from the serial number, and so that's
Okay, let me show.
oh,
So it's okay. I need. I don't. I didn't need to run it. Okay, I have a virtual machine. Yeah. What I did is I mounted this virtual disk VHD. Yeah. And I copied. Yeah, where's stamp? I copied these files. Yeah, these files. Okay, I can delete it, or whatever. Yeah, I copied these 2 files, so I have an original PowerShell. Yeah, and I have my script with just to run a PowerShell and run the script. Yeah, and then I saved these files. Uh, I deleted this file. I'm not sure it will work, that I can start a virtual machine, because sometimes you have problems when you have a checkpoint. Okay, yeah. Let me start another one. Doesn't matter. So that's you will see, or that's what your end user will see when he unpacks a new computer. Yeah, he will go through this process. I mean, he will not run a PowerShell script because it was done before. Yeah, let's imagine it was done before, but I will show you how you can do it.
I was thinking about when the administrators has bare metal computers, and if they can image Windows 10 operating system to prepare for the customers.
You can what you can do. Okay, I hope we will have internet connection on this computer because it's required. Yeah, it's required to add this computer to Azure Active Directory. As for your question, if you have a operating system deployment, okay, OSD system, yeah, I don't know, like MDT or like SCCM or what you prefer, it doesn't matter. So you can install an operating system, but you don't need to, and and you can add a few custom steps like run a PowerShell script at the end and collect hardware info about the computer and save this information in some shared folder, for example. And the next step is reset the computer to OB status. Yeah. At the end, you will have a bare metal computer with pre-installed operating system, and you will have this hardware ID hash, and that's it. That's all what you need. If you want to do it in this way, yeah. If you want to install an operating system by yourself and then collect hardware hashes. You have a second option, but it will take more time. You can install an operating system, the full operating system. You can collect hardware hashes remotely by running PowerShell and saving these files in some folders, and then you can reinstall an operating system and do not configure this operating system. So you will have a fresh operating system which is not configured, and you will have these CSV files in your shared folder. But in this case, you need to install operating system 2 times.
And the hash is created from the serial number.
Oh, it's a difficult process. It's not explained in official documentation how it works. Just be sure it's a unique information, and when this computer, when user will provide his credentials on this computer, it will be automatically connected to your unique autopilot or to your unique Intune tenant. Okay, good. Finally, so what I do, I run command line. Yeah, I go to C Windows temp. Then I run collect hash VMs CMD. Good. Then I close a command line, and I have this. So it's just an example, yeah, because it's a virtual machine. Yeah, it's a virtual machine. I cannot call to my hardware vendor and ask for files of some computers what I ordered 2 weeks ago. I cannot. Yeah, it's just how you can do for a demo for your colleagues or for yourself or for your customers if you work for IT company and you provide some IT consulting services. Yeah, so that's how you can learn Autopilot. That's how I do it. Yeah, I have a Hyper-V on my laptop. It's not a remote connection. It's just here. I create a virtual machine. I collect hardware hashes. What's the next step? Yeah, when I have a hardware hash, I will leave it. Yeah. Okay, I go to device enrollment, Windows enrollment, then to my devices. Yeah, and I need to import an information about my device. Yeah, about this device, this CSV file what I collected from my virtual computer. I have everything here. Autopilot, hash.
I assume you can put in one CSV file a lot of machines, right?
Yes, but you can have up to 179 lines. So if you have a CSV file with information for 500 computers, you cannot upload this file. You have a limit 179. Okay. Ooh, I just do not remember. It's AP3. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, I can check, right? I can check the name of the file. The name of the file is desktop 9C. Yeah, this one. Okay. So I import information. Okay, sorry, 179. Not 179, but 175. 175 rows maximum. Okay. So I go to my autopilot hashes. 9cn. As you see, I have totally one row, about one computer. Formatting requirements, serial number, Windows product ID, and hardware hash. That's what we have. And optionally, you can add order ID. I click import. It might take maybe a few minutes, not hours. Usually it takes a few minutes. No, not seconds, yeah, you're right. But usually 1 or 2 minutes. As you see, I played with another computer, You have a serial number here, and profile status is assigned. Okay, let me show you what you can do more. So you can create deployment profiles, so it's like a deployment profile, but you cannot configure a lot of things with Autopilot. Autopilot is not a service to configure your computers. If you want to configure your computers, you need to work with Intune. With Autopilot, you configure just a few things. For example, you can hide or show a license agreement. So it's all about OB process, nothing more. You can hide or show privacy settings. You can hide or show change account options. Accounts that user will provide, will be a local admin or standard account, So you can make end user, you can give a local user administrator permissions on, or he will be just a standard user on this computer. And also you can apply a computer name templates. It's a new feature for Windows Insider only, so you can enable this feature, and you can provide a template like my super mega company, and then randomly for strings of numbers. So just a few weeks ago, this option was not available. It's a new option, so you can use it. Then you go to properties, and you specify a deployment mode, user-driven or self-deploying. User-driven means you need to have endpoint user, a physical person who will sit near his computer and who will provide credentials like user5@mysupercompany.com. If you use user-driven mode, and this user will be a local admin or a standard user, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you use a user-driven mode. If you use a self-deploying mode, it's in preview now. It's in the preview now. It means that you don't need to have end user on the computer. You just turn on the computer, connect this computer to the internet, and this computer will be automatically added to Azure Active Directory, and any user can take this computer. And it's useful for example, for universities or for schools when you have just group of devices, and your student can come, take this device, do a first login, wait a few seconds or a few minutes for preparing a fresh user profile and use this laptop or what you have. And as you see, join to Azure AD as Azure AD joined. Yeah, so this computer will be automatically Azure AD joined. So I can show you how to create a profile because we still wait for importing. Yeah. So you choose a user-driven, and in this option, in this case, you have only one option, Azure AD joined. If you have self-deploying preview, the same, only Azure AD joined. What Microsoft promised a few weeks ago that hybrid Azure AD joined option will be available soon. Yeah, it's in the roadmap. Will be available soon. So you create user-driven mode. You give a name of this Autopilot deployment profile. You configure some settings for OB process. Click Save. Click Create, and then you assign this profile on a group with computers. On a group with computers, on your imported computers, or you can create dynamic group in. Okay, finally. You can create a dynamic group in Azure Active Directory, for example, all Windows 10 computers or all Autopilot computers, and this group will be dynamic and will be populated with a list of members. And you don't just need to care. Once you create Autopilot profile, once you create Azure Active Directory group, and then you just upload information about your computers, and you don't do a lot of manual steps again and again and again. So device was imported. So let me show you how this device looks like in Autopilot. How to delete this? Okay, select groups. Devices. I still do not see this computer, so I need to start a synchronization with the cloud. Just a few seconds of black magic, and we will see this computer here. So we will have two computers. Let me check Azure Active Directory. Open devices. If you see it here.
Is it possible to troubleshoot this process somehow? In case there is an...
Yes. To troubleshoot, you have some information here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, why to find out why the device was not joined to the...
Later when you have a full operating system, you can go to events, and you have a lot of events regarding Autopilot. Yeah. And as you see, we have this computer, so it's not enabled, yeah. But as you see, time it happened 5 minutes ago, yeah. Now it's 7:54. It happened 5 minutes ago. It's Azure AD. It will be Azure AD joined computer, and we do not have a name of this computer yet because the OB process was not finished, yeah. But we see this computer here in our Azure Active Directory. What about groups? What about groups? Do we see them or not? All Autopilot devices. I have a dynamic group. Let me check members. Okay, good. Yeah, I have all Autopilot group membership dynamic rules. So I have a dynamic Azure Active Directory group, which is based on a very simple rule. We will add all computers that contains ZTDI ID. Just if physical IDs, any contains none. It was copied from official documentation. I will not cover it because really we have just 4 minutes. Yeah. So as you see, we have this computer. So we upload this information to Windows Autopilot, but we see this computer in Azure AD. If we see this computer in Azure AD, we see this computer in Azure AD group. In dynamic group, as you see, I did not add this computer manually to a specific group. It was added automatically. And again, I have Windows 10 devices. Again, it's a dynamic group. Let me check. Members. Here, not yet. Here, not yet, yeah. But in all auto. What about user-driven group? Oh, it's assigned. User-driven, it's assigned. So we will wait more. No? 5 devices. 5, yeah. Oops, members. What about refresh? Because I have, I deployed a lot of things, a lot of applications, and a lot of applications and configurations on this group. Not yet here. User-driven. Members. Okay, I can add this member. Just to save a time, I can add this member. As you see, we have this device. Then go to Autopilot. Let me check what we have. Device configurations, profiles. Device restrictions. We will see if this profile is assigned to this group. Okay, user driven, it's assigned, so I don't need to care about that. What else we can test? PowerShell scripts. Okay, hello world. Assignments. No, not assigned, so that's assigned out. Autopilot user driven. Just to save a time, and client applications. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to install something. Okay, just one more minute. Okay, let's skip applications. So I have a device with collected hardware hash. This hash was uploaded to Windows Autopilot. What I do next, I go through this OBE process, for example, user 105. Up the username. Using an online account, sorry. I hope my 4G will help me and we won't wait for the next half an hour. Okay, good. User 5. As you see, it was recognized that my account belongs to my Intune tenant. And we see this custom information from my Intune tenant. So if you need help with your OBE process, yeah, call 911. I provide my password.
Just a moment.
Just a moment. Yeah, keep calm and just a moment. Oh, you see? And you see the process of configuring. So right now, my device is receiving a configuration from Autopilot, from the cloud. Yeah? So we finished step device preparation. Yeah? securing your hardware, complete. Join your organization network, complete. Registering your device for MDM, complete. Yeah. Now I see what. Now computer is downloading the policies, certificates, network connections. Yeah. We just need to wait 10 or 15 more minutes, and my computer will get all the policies configured for this device. Yeah. And applications and etc. etc. And what we should see here. As you see, not anymore these numbers. Yeah, not anymore these numbers. Activity. Okay, I don't see it. Yeah. So we have this new computer. Do you remember the name? Yeah. Of my hash ID? Yeah, of name of the CSV file. It was collected automatically from a computer. Yeah, and the name of computer is desktop something. Yeah, here. So numbers, this unique number of autopilot device, this one, yeah, this one was changed automatically to a proper computer name, and you see profile status is assigning right now. Yeah, so my computer is downloading policies and applying this policy right now. I just need to internet connection, and you see from let's see from user perspective. He gets a computer, he provides his credentials, and then he prepares a coffee and drink coffee for 15 minutes, and that's it. Yeah. So, and you see this device. Yeah, it's age-ready joined device. Is it compliant? No, because we need to wait a bit, but as minimum it's enabled. Yeah, it's age-ready joined, and user didn't need to say, hey, I want to join this computer to Azure Active Directory. I want to download some applications or whatever. He just provides the credentials and waits. Okay. Do you across your device history? No. Okay, accept. You see, it's a real demo, and it could be maybe more quicker, 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. How much time did it take? 5 minutes? Yeah. 5 minutes from user side. Yeah. He provided the credentials and waited for 5 minutes. And then again, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes more. So 10 minutes in total. Of course, if you assign Office 365 package on this device, it won't take 10 minutes. Yeah, it will take much more because you need to download a lot of information from a lot of content from the internet. But if you assign, I don't know, 5 policies and 7 zip package with 2 megabyte size, so it will take 10 minutes. Questions? No? Everything clear, or it's okay? You see? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just again need to provide a password. And wait for another few minutes. Device preparation finished. Device setup finished. Account setup. Join your organization network complete. Now we are downloading security policies. Yeah. And now my this device can download, for example, a compliance policy, and we will see that this device is not protected by BitLocker, yeah, for example, and this user will want to go to Office 365 and say, hey, sorry, please encrypt all of your data by BitLocker, and then you will go to our corporate resources. Oh, you see? Yeah. You see? It's a custom wallpaper, which was downloading from Intune, because in Intune I configured that my Windows 10 computers must have custom picture. Let's check if it has a 7-zip. I'm not sure that it has. Okay. But it has, as you see, it has a custom start menu.
Yeah.
When Office 365 will be installed, you will see here Word, Excel, etc. But it's a custom start menu, which was downloaded from Intune. Yeah, you can configure a lot of things. So we have finished 5 minutes ago. One more time, please.